What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RushMoreRick, and we back with another reaction video. We are reacting to Gen Z has to be the worst time to be alive. Let's tap in.
The other day, I woke up to two things. One, my Kurt Cobain poster falling off the wall again. Two, the realization that I might have lost the timeline dice roll, as somehow I've managed to be born during one of the worst times in all of human history. I was born in 2003, and as a result, I am now unwillingly a part of Generation Z. Or Gen Z, if you will. Growing up was fire.
I was born in 2000. What'd that make me? Y'all let me know in the comments. I think that's, I don't know if that's millennial or what. To me, I don't be paying attention to the terminology of when niggas is born, to be honest. It's like paying attention to zodiac signs, and why would you do that? But I'm interested to know. So let me know in the comments if you know, and tell me what year y'all was born.
Everything ranging from the internet still coming up, playing Jetpack Joyride on your damn iPod Touch, or even a game-changing iPhone 6 dropping. Back then, you had the Hall of Fame browser games like Club Penguin or even Pop Tropica. You even had TV shows like
I fuck with Pop Tropica heavy. I'm not gonna lie. I literally used to fucking spend hours of class time instead of doing my work, what I was supposed to be doing and applying myself. Your boy was applying himself to Pop Tropica. When I say I was in that hot air balloon going to every single fucking destination on that game, at one point I had fucking so much shit unlocked on that game. When I found out that when I lost my password, bro, I was on the brink of tears, literally.
The only real worry you would have was not being able to locate your group of friends' bicycles outside someone's crib, or getting your ball stuck underneath someone's car. Then some time flew by, and you're starting to enter your adult years, where for some reason society around you only now decides to fall into complete and utter chaos when it's your turn to actually become an adult. You could have been a fucking milkman in 1950 and still be able to purchase a house. However, the year is now 2025, in which niggas are graduating from high school, furthering their education, landing a job, and still can't afford literally anything. In 1970, the average American yearly wage was $9,870, which is equivalent to $80,800 today. And the average American home around this time frame costs roughly about 23 grand, which is equivalent to 180,000 today. As it stands right now in 2025, the average American salary is slightly above 60 grand. The average American home is a little bit under 400 grand. Listen, I'm no fucking mathematician or economist, but it ain't hard to tell that there's a clear
1970, 9,000 a year, 2025, 61,000 a year. Yeah, these averages is fucking us. I'm not gonna lie. We did grow up in there's been worse times with the whole recession, but at the same time, them niggas was able to benefit from that when the original economy collapsed, and then all of a sudden houses was a penny, and you know what I'm saying, stocks were a penny, so you could invest and you could put money in the shit and actually be able to fucking live comfortably. But now it's kind of like, it's sad that our generation, we're literally probably majority of us, you know, the average working everyday person, we're gonna have to wait for another economy collapse just to be able to actually feel like we're living. And then again, that's not always a good thing, you know what I'm saying, because when economy collapses, that opens up a whole different floodgate of problems, and guess who's gonna have to deal with it? Us.
Discrepancy between these two time periods. Back in the day, niggas could have worked for one, emphasis on 1 year, and already have made nearly 50% save for a house. However, in today's economy, fuck no. By the time you've put in a year's worth of work, you're not even getting a quarter of the way there. 16% to be exact. It would take you 6.5 years to actually purchase and own that damn house. Then you have Canada. And despite me actually being from here, I'm not even gonna bother talking about it because niggas are gonna get pissed off. I might have to end the damn video if I start talking about its economy. Put it simply, where I'm from, the average salary is roughly 54 grand. Canadian, by the way. And the average cost for a house is 848 grand. Working for a year on the average salary would get me 6 singular percentage towards my house. In other words, it would take me 15.7 years to pay my house off. What the fuck? Back in the day, you could have literally been an immigrant coming from a third world country, get a basic ass job, and buy a house. However, in today's economy, as someone who was born and raised here, went to school, got a job, I might have a better chance getting hit by a car than actually buying a house. Remember when people used to actually purchase and own things? Like, remember when you actually had enough money to go somewhere and buy something without paying it off? Me neither. But nowadays, society is set up in a way where you can finance practically anything.
When I say I remember watching this video on YouTube, like I'll say like probably a month or two ago. They say Our generation is literally going to be the generation of the buy now, pay later. Like everything is subscription based. Everything is fucking, oh, you want it today? All right, deposit this amount of money and then we're going to put you on this payment plan. We're literally the fucking payment plan generation. Everything, well, I say majority of my shit, I ain't gonna lie to you, is on a payment plan. Only because it makes sense in the moment when you're doing it and you really want something. You know what I'm saying? I do that shit with my clothes, my shoes, like little simple shit like that. Granted, I will tell you, if you're a young person, and I'm putting you on game, if you're a young person and you don't really have a credit card, you don't have like all that other shit or like credit stuff, you want to build your credit, an easy way to do it is, you know what I'm saying, go on a firm, get you something, and pay that shit off. And they report it to your credit bureaus. It may not boost you. It depends on what you get. Obviously, it may not boost your credit by a lot. But at the same time, when I was fucking 19, 20, 21, that's what I was doing. I would get my shoes off StockX with buy here, pay here, or buy now, pay later, and shit like that. Boosted my credit all the way up to a fucking 690 something. I would not lie to you. It's you know what I'm saying? It's stupid in the moment because you're a kid. You shouldn't be putting shoes on fucking payment plans, yes. But at the same time, I just put you on some games, so you know what I'm saying?
Including fucking Uber Eats. By the simple.
Now, hold up. I hate to pause back to back like that, you know what I'm saying? But this whole payment plan for DoorDash orders and Uber orders, like when I seen that, that's how I knew shit was fucked up, right? If you're on DoorDash and you cannot afford a meal, please, please, please don't be fucking putting a meal on a payment plan, because that's so irritably, like, it's irritatingly irresponsible. You shouldn't be doing that. If you don't have it enough to pay for the meal in full, fuck the tip. You don't need to be tipping, but paying for the meal in full, don't be on DoorDash fucking trying to put a fucking Wawa sandwich on layaway. That shit can wait, bro. Get your money up.
Simple utilization of a damn Klarna account, you can literally spread a payment out over the span of 4 months. Like, you can deadass buy Chipotle for $11.50 and pay $2.87 from now.
That's wild
until
to me.
July. The fact that they're even willing to provide this possibility for people only further reaffirms that niggas are genuine.
And it's even more wild that there's some niggas out here who gonna be late on them payments because they ain't got $285. They ain't got $285 to be giving y'all niggas a month. Why you think I'm fucking payment planning $11.50 order of Chipotle? Nigga, I ain't got the money.
Genuinely struggling outside. Like, people actually don't have money now. Back in the day, the internet used to be a simple place where you could literally just fuck around. You can still do that. However, in 2025, it has become absolutely ridiculous. The amount of shit on here that's posted on a day-to-day basis in which anyone can access at any point, nigga, it might even be thrown into your face. Gen Z being consistently on the internet's not helping them either, and is definitely warping their views of what real life is supposed to look like. Mind you, I'm no life guru, but there ain't no way in hell that the human brain was designed to consume this type of content every single day. The first one we have is social media. Back in the day, my parents used to tell me, it's that damn phone. Now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize it might actually be that damn phone. This shit will have niggas thinking that if they're not rich by 25, they are nothing but an absolute failure. Me included. Granted, getting rich as soon as possible is definitely a valid move, and you should aim for that, to be honest, because what's stopping you? However, people are forgetting before the internet, there was literally damn near no way you could actually be rich by 25. You would have had to finish school around your early 20s and then finesse your way up the ladder before your employer would even consider the thought of paying you a decent salary. Or commit a crime. Nowadays, you could pull up practically any social media platform and see your 13, 16-year-old millionaire who started a clothing business that's just straight up booming. Someone who managed to figure out YouTube automation and is making thousands of dollars a month. Or your 8th life guru who is somehow a millionaire and despite you not knowing how.
Look, and then that's where it's kind of conflicting to me, right? We can complain all we want about the odds not really being stacked in our favor as a generation growing up in this time where it seems really, really hard. Not seems, but it is really, really hard to be successful. But at the same time, there are so many ways and so many avenues for us to be successful. You just have to find the right one that works for you and, you know what I'm saying, lock in with that shit and go. You know what I'm saying? But it is crazy. Like, and it's kind of like the internet is a blessing and a curse. I feel like it's more of a curse than a blessing because it is distorting reality for so many people. because it's changing the way that life is lived. It's changing the way that life is supposed to be lived. We're not supposed to be consumed. Like you said, we're not supposed to be consuming as much content. We're not supposed to be so consumed by what's in our hand, on our phone, and these screens. We're not supposed to be. But at the same time, if you have that self-control in you to use the technology that's for bad, for good, let me say that again. If you have enough self-control to use the technology that's bad for good, it can do some great things in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit, technology, for what it's worth, is not our enemy. It's supposed to help us. But the way that we're using it the way that a lot of people are using it is just becoming detrimental to everybody's mind. You know what I'm saying? Detrimental to everybody's drive to want to do something. No, we're just all content with working at 9 to 5, going home, scrolling TikTok, and then working up and doing the same shit again. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta use this shit to better yourself. Use this shit to better your situation, because there is better, and the internet can help you pursue better. But it's all about how you use it.
Still wants you to sign up for his course. This shit is not real life. Gen Z is in a position where they're able to open the internet and access pretty much advice on anything they need in their life. Literally anything. You ever notice how you could open your phone and someone somewhere out there in the universe is trying to give you advice on what you should or shouldn't do in your relationship? Like, I'm talking, you open your phone on your lunch break at work and there's just immediately a nigga screaming on your phone talking about, any guy that's around me, bro, needs at least 50 bodies. Otherwise, he can't hang with us. What the f? Dumbass advice like this is what's constantly being fed to Gen Z, and I used to think that hella people didn't actually take it serious, so I disregarded it. Until I started experiencing signs of this shit in my life. You'll be chilling with your boy who just doom scrolls social media, and then all of a sudden your conversations start looking like this. Yo, bro, how long you been with your girl? I don't know, we're coming up about like 1 year maybe. But like, bro, do you love her? Do I love my girl? Yes, I do love her. Bro. How would you know if you love her yet, bro? You haven't cheated on her. What does that mean? What are we talking about here? Bro, you could only truly know if you love her if you cheat and start feeling guilty, bro. Otherwise, how do you know if you love her, bro? You didn't cheat. Who the fuck
put yourself in a fucked up situation just to find out if you love another person?
I sent you earlier, bro. Fuck. Or you'll be doing your damn laundry and then all of a sudden your phone starts ringing. Yo, bro, hear me out. A key that can open many locks is a master key. But a lock that can be opened by many keys is a shit. You don't stop consuming these dumbass reels. Don't even get me started.
Now, I think that type of content is so popular in today's time is because niggas are just so genuinely lost. You know what I'm saying? The way society is, nobody really talks to each other anymore. Nobody's reaching out to each other. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to develop genuine relationships nowadays because you got so many people just so to themselves, so fucking constricted and locked in on what's on their device and what's in front of them on their phone. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's kind of like a weird thing where people are so lost and so lonely and so uneducated about shit that they're trying to find answers on the thing that's causing them the most problems, and they're listening to these people who really, I won't say all of them don't know shit about shit, but a good majority. Like, if you go on TikTok, you could literally just go on there right now and you'll probably just a few scrolls away a person telling you about how to really live life, how to really be happy, how to really pursue happiness, how to really make money, how to make millions, how to make thousands. It's so many people trying to give advice that may or may not work. I'm not saying that all advice is shitty, but there's too many voices. And instead of that person locking in and like figuring it out themselves, they go on these social medias, they look for these gurus, they look for these alpha males, these red pill gurus. They look towards them because they from the outside looking in, they got everything figured out. They got Bugattis, they got millions, they got women surrounding them by the boatload, they got fucking mansions, they got fucking yachts, they got everything that you think that you want and everything that you think that you deserve, so you're going to listen to them. You're going to buy their courses. When in reality, you don't even need to be doing all that. All you're doing is funding their lifestyle And then when fucking months go by and you realize there's no progress going on in your life, no, because the progress that should be applied to you, the finances that should be going to you, you're giving it to these gurus. You're giving it to the people who are fucking blind, leading the blind. And I feel like that's what's really going on in this generation. There's a whole bunch of fucking people giving advice and giving opinions where they're not credentialed to be doing so. Depending on who, depending on who you listen to.
Started on dating advice that's portrayed on the internet for women. Social media has some women thinking that they're one of one and so that they should never settle for less. And now they're all entitled to marrying some rich man. Now you're on a date with the girl in which she looks you square in the face and goes,
So what are your hobbies? What do you like to do on your free time?
I like to, read books. I go to the gym. Maybe I'll play some instruments. Well, what about you?
I'm high maintenance, I need me a man who could fund my lifestyle alongside his, and if he can't, he's a bum. I need me a provider, someone who takes me shopping, surprises me with nice gifts, takes me to do my nails, my hair.
What? This shit don't even take place on dates sometimes. I remember back in my second year of college, I was talking to my boy about how I was gonna get home this day, and this girl overhears me drop the city I'm supposed to be traveling to, and she just buds in talking about,
oh, you're from that city too? I wish you would have told me earlier.
I didn't tell you anything. I wasn't talking to you, actually.
Because I'm actually getting an Uber there right now, and you could have came with. I'm high maintenance. I don't do the bus. I'll just get an Uber or like a ride from someone, you know what I mean?
What the fuck? Ultimately, it's your life.
You can't be high maintenance and you Uber and you can't be high. I feel like you can't be high maintenance and talking about public transportation. That just don't even make sense.
So live the lifestyle you see fit. But we can't deny the simple fact that social media has planted the seed of entitlement in which hella people now feel as if they deserve these luxurious items and or lifestyles for just simply existing. Or because Sally from fucking TikTok told them so. Then you have the life advice. And for the record, there's usually some gems that do exist and you can come across them on the internet. But when you don't come across those gems, it'll be nighttime right before you hit your casual hour of doom scroll before you go to bed. In which now you're hearing niggas talking about how if you don't have a 4 a.m. morning routine, you're not a man. Excuse me? Or one day you'll be feeling a bit under the weather, so you miss the gym. In which you open TikTok to,
you're just a bitch. Honestly, that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are a bitch.
Some of the advice that's thrown into men's faces may just...
Hey, look, some people need to hear that, though. That's not really a bad message. Like, sometimes niggas really do be bitching. Sometimes bitches really do be bitching. Sometimes niggas sit and they dwell in their circumstances instead of getting out there, getting up, and doing something about it. You know what I'm saying? Granted, if you sick, don't go to the gym. Well, I can't even say that, because when I'm sick, the only thing that make me feel better is working out and sweating out that sickness. Granted, wipe your shit down and don't be just coughing on everything and coughing on everybody. But that's just like one brief example. But I feel like a lot of people do that. A lot of people just make excuses. A lot of people dwell on the things that are wrong as opposed to doing whatever they can. Trust me, do whatever you can to fix your situation, because you can't sit here and say, well, I tried. You did not try everything. You did not try everything. I promise you didn't. Because if you tried everything, guess what? You'd be dead. You'd be not here, because one of the things you tried is, yeah.
Genuinely be good advice. However, the bad advice may be extremely fucking bad. The year is 2025, in which everyone now has a goddamn podcast, and as a result leads to people getting on these microphones and saying practically everything and anything. I've always thought that it's not that serious because it is the internet at the end of the day, but then I realized that there's people out there who may genuinely consume this advice, and so as a result they take it to heart, so now they live their day-to-day life like this, which can actually be pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah, but whose fault is that? I feel like when you get to a certain age, right? And I'm not saying not everybody matures at the same time, obviously. Not everybody grows a conscience or common sense, but at the same time, right? You can't blame so many people for starting podcasts and spewing stupidity just because people listen to them and then take the shit that they say for the gospel. My whole thing is, you should be able to, if you hear bullshit, it's bullshit. If it's brown, if it got flies on it and it smell like shit, I hate to tell you, it's shit. There's people out there who aren't able to see that, who aren't able to hear that, and they're taking things that people say and they're trying to apply it to their lives as if that's the gospel, as if that's the end all be all, as if that's the final say so. I hate to warn you, If I'm the first person you hear from, I'm fucking glad. But stop listening to every person who got a fucking microphone in their face, including me. Granted, this is not a podcast. I'm not sitting in front of y'all mainly spewing my point of view or my perspectives and telling y'all this is law. This is you know what I'm saying, what stands. No. I'm watching videos and I'm reacting and I'm saying I'm giving my opinion. Other people are also giving their opinion, but a lot of people who are so lost, uneducated, have no guidance, are taking this shit that they're saying and they're running with it, thinking that this is the shit that's gonna change their life, thinking that this is the shit that's gonna make them better. When I say seven times out of 10, it's not. It's not at all. The only person who can change your life is you, not listening to some 30-minute podcast about how to really lock in and be an alpha male and fucking fuck 30 women. No, that's not going to change your life. It's not.
We've hit a point in life as a society where not only is everything accessible, but can also be accompanied by the help of a fucking robot. AI was introduced to the internet and now it's somehow on the verge of taking over the damn planet. Remember when you would go to the grocery store and have to wait in line until a cashier can help you? Went into Walmart the other day in which I saw the most self-checkout machines I've probably ever seen in my...
Nah, but see, look. Because I was about to give my... Hold on, I'll let him finish.
Like, they straight might have had only like 2 cashiers. I was at a pancake restaurant that has its own self-driving robot to deliver niggas food. This shit was low-key fire, I can't lie. But just imagine when it starts taking people's orders too. Starbucks now has a prototype for a self-service barista. Before you know it, humans won't even be needed anymore for the most mundane of jobs. Almost everything can be done with AI. You can ask ChatGPT damn near any question.
Now see, this is the part of AI that I really don't fuck with, like, at all. I fuck with the whole self-checkout shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be having shit to do. Nobody got time to be standing in line while y'all got these fucking 70 to 80-year-old cashiers who can only move but so fast. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got time for that. Now, as much as I fuck with the whole self-checkout and express checkout, that type of AI, this shit right here with the whole ChatGPT shit, where you got niggas in school overly relying on ChatGPT to pass their classes. You got nurses and doctors getting through fucking college and nursing school and law school overly fucking using ChatGPT. That's where I have a problem. Because when you're in the surgery room and you're working on somebody, you can't just stop and look. Well, maybe you can, depending on how urgent it is. But I don't advocate for that. You can't just stop what you're doing mid-surgery and pull up ChatGPT and fucking figure out how to complete the surgery that you're doing. You should not be doing that. So I feel as though that is like, that's kind of fucking up shit for real careers that, you know what I'm saying, you should be in law school knowing the material, passing off the strength of your knowledge of the materials, because if you don't know, you don't need to be getting passed. You don't need to be being a doctor yet. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be being a lawyer yet. You don't need to be fucking doing that thing that requires you to not only go to college, but to go to further fucking additional education. You don't need to be doing that if you're relying on ChatGPT to pass classes, pass tests, pass quizzes, to do your homework. Niggas are literally getting jobs not knowing shit. Granted, your job should train you at the same time, but you still need to be going into jobs knowing what the fuck you're doing, because you're going to be in a situation where somebody's life is in your hand and ChatGPT cannot save you. ChatGPT can't do it for you.
In the universe, and it will somehow find the answer. People are starting whole-ass businesses with AI. Hell, some content creators are even running fully automated YouTube channels, pocketing thousands a month. This shit is only going to get worse for the economy because a lot of jobs are actually starting to become obsolete. It's concerning. Back in the day, everyone would constantly tell niggas to go study some form of computers. But imagine following that same advice today. Okay, it's gotten to a point where the computers are now studying us.
I'm not made of nerves, Yusuf. I make a computer program designed for conversation.
Why are you stuttering?
All in all, Generation Z as a whole has some scary times ahead of them. People are literally following the older generation and society's advice, yet aren't able to afford literally anything. The internet and social media are absolutely warping everyone's view of what life is supposed to look like. AI is about to take over the damn world, blah blah blah. It won't be a fun next set of years. I mean, you tell me, do you think Gen Z is at fault for its current living state?
Fuck no. You can't. How you blame the youngest generation for the shit that's happening? What really need to happen is all these old niggas that put all this dumbass shit in place, like fucking rent and landlords and shit like that. People who did shit like that, tipping culture, shit like that. People who just make dumb ass laws. We've noticed us as a society. We need things to keep us like structured, obviously, to keep us functioning. But at the same time, there's obviously some stupid shit that's been put in place that's only getting worse. It's not changing for the better. Shit only seems to get worse with these dumb ass rules, like the raising of the rents, raising fucking gas prices, raising taxes, overly taxing the poor, taxing the niggas who ain't got shit to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It never makes sense to me. But you cannot blame Gen Z because we just getting older and we're fucking trying to survive in a system that been put in place by these old ass fuckheads who are in the government and won't fucking leave.
As they don't want to work hard anymore? Or is there something within the system that clearly isn't right? However, it's easier to just turn a blind eye.
Yeah, it's easy to turn a blind eye because dumb niggas ain't struggling.
Gotta cut this shit off again, man. I'm starting to sound crazy again, bro.
That was a good video. I like that. I fuck with that. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy RushMoreRick, and we out of here. Don't buy now, pay later, no Chipotle, bro. I know times is hard, but we gonna get through it. Let's tap it.